Support for this podcast is brought to you by our patrons over at patreon.com/Jeffrey Wedig.
This is Bradford Rogers from HowNotToSail.com podcast and YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Shooting the Breeze Sailing Podcast from theescapepods.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Shooting the Breeze Sailing Podcast brought to you by theescapepods.com. I'm your host, Captain Jeffrey Wedig. This episode is number 198, and it is middle of November 2025. The sailing season is over for the most part for the Upper Chesapeake Bay. Hances Point got all the boats out, up on land, got Lissadell all tucked away for the winter, winterized, all that fun stuff. We did all of our events. We had a Commodores Ball back in October, which was a lot of fun. If you hang out at the end of this episode, you'll hear a snippet from the Latin band we brought in, which was a lot of great music. They had like 7 or 8 guys, a horn section, drums, bongos, all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool. They had this massive PA system for the space, so you could hear this Latin band all the way across the Northeast River, I'm sure. But it was a good time. We had a Halloween party, a little one after that, and then just this past weekend we did our Thanksgiving get-together for the club, so we've done a lot of hanging out at the club. It was pretty cool this year. We had some transients come up from the Bahamas and things this year. So we had a couple catamarans that were anchored just off our mooring field. And it was the one guy, Costa, very nice catamaran. And he had a heart attack, though, at some point. They just started cruising this year. They got back up to the bay. He had this heart attack. So he needed, and he recovered, thankfully, and all that. But he's from the Philly area, and he wanted a place to park his car so that he could have shore access so that they could get back and forth to his doctor's appointments and provision and all that stuff. So I guess they worked a little thing out and paid a little bit per month to use the shore access. And then he brought his boat buddy up in another catamaran, and then there was a third one out there for a little while. And then at the end of the season, we had a guy on a Moody, like a brand new Moody 44, who went on our mooring, one of our moorings. And I'm not sure how brilliant that was. Put $1 million boat on a $300 mushroom anchor and chain. But he was riding out some of the nor'easters that happened late September, early October, and finally just left for the islands, a couple weeks back. And then our friend Ralph, who sold Jim and Jesse his Contest 36 after he spent 3 years working on it, getting it outfitted to go cruising, decided he wanted a metal steel Bruce Roberts 37. So he's now finally got that pretty much put together, and he's heading off in January. I think he went down to the boat show. He did Cruisers University for the week. I got to show him Matt Rutherford's Bruce Roberts 65, which is Matt's Ocean Research Project expedition vessel. But anyway, he was hanging out at the Commodores Ball and talking to Costa and got roped into helping him deliver his catamaran down to, they were going to the Bahamas. They were talking about maybe doing Bermuda at one point. They ended up getting down to St. Augustine. And then Ralph had to get off the boat to come back to get a survey done on his. But yeah, it was pretty cool community at Hances Point this year, having some extra people hang around, some transients come through. And good sailing season. We were sitting around the bar talking about it just this past weekend, some of the cool trips that we took, the cruise, getting some new people out there on the water, that sort of thing. So great 2025 sailing season. It started late, but once it got rolling, it got pretty good. So this episode is going to be the first of what's probably going to be 3 or 4 episodes that deal with the Annapolis Sailboat Show, which happened, back at the middle of October. And I have like 18 interviews to get out there. And some of them are in the 15 to 20 minute range. So a lot of content to get through. It was a great time at the show. We were there Wednesday through Sunday afternoon. Showed up Wednesday late afternoon. Got checked into our Airbnb, which was phenomenal. Thanks, Captain Boomies, for hooking us up. And then we went out for our anniversary dinner, which we've been doing for many, many times throughout the last couple of years. We've been to several different places, and we went to Lunis's Steakhouse this time, which is in Eastport next to the Boatyard Bar and Grill. Phenomenal. It's been there for a long time. Nora used to go there when she was younger with her family, and it's got like that old steakhouse kind of vibe where they haven't really updated anything, but I don't think they need to because their food is phenomenal. It might be a little pricey. I think I had a $75 or $80 steak, that sort of thing. But man, it was good. It was really good. And the mushroom side appetizers they had, it was like button top mushrooms just done up in olive oil, I guess. But man, they were phenomenal. They were even good, 3 days later when I was finishing it all off for breakfast. Excellent food. Check it out if you're in Lunis's, or if you're in Annapolis looking for a good place to go. Try Lunis's. Anyhow, went out that night, had dinner, came back to the place, hung out. It was right on the water. So we were sitting on the deck enjoying some beverages and thinking, we were just here 2 weeks ago, a mile away on the boat in Harness Creek doing the same thing. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, the boat show got started on Thursday. We did the press breakfast. Captain Boomies and Ed Pickering from the Funny Boat Podcast were sitting at our table. I met Heather from Genix on the Go and set something up for her later in the week because I've been following her journey down there. She had a bunch of drama with her truck driving from Thunder Bay, Ontario. So there's a couple of videos, and actually the video she did just came out the other day for the whole show, and it's kind of cool because I'm in it. She did a little thing while we were doing our interview, and she was talking about it at the YouTube house with the house guests that she was staying with, one of which was the guy from Sailing Yaba, which I never met, never watched, but he was like, I've never been on a podcast. I'll have to check it out. So I'll have to follow Yaba now and watch their YouTube and get them on the pod next year. How's that? But anyway, went to the press breakfast, did a whole thing. And then we started the show by helping Captain Boomies and her sister put together a booth. They have a hair salon in Baltimore called Dryland Salon. And through that, they developed a curly hair product called the Windward Curl. And they were setting up the booth. They had a hair washing station so you get your hair did. And actually, Nora was the first victim. So she became internet famous because Captain Boomies did a video about it the first day. And all through the weekend, people were like, hey, you're the one that got the hair done, So that was kind of funny. I had to chuckle at that because she always gives me crap for people recognizing me at the boat show through my voice. So now people were recognizing her because she was Instagram famous for a while. Anyway, we helped set that up. And then we got to roaming around. We talked to Blue Water Sailing School. We talked to Stevie over at the Bacon Sales booth. And while we were there, Tom Hudson rolled up. And I had never met him or didn't know anything about him. And Stevie's like, hey, do you know Tom? I'm like, no. He's like, well, he's paddling across Canada. I'm like, and he's got a YouTube channel. I'm like, all right, well, I guess we should do an interview. So we did that. He was with Parlay Revival early on. Kind of part-time, and then got into doing all this adventure stuff through the pandemic. Now he's paddling across Canada. He's like halfway across, but he's got a sailboat waiting for him in the South Pacific somewhere, some island or other that a friend of his sailed over there 20 years ago and then put the boat up on the hard, and it's been sitting, and his friend's like, hey, if you want to take it over, come fix it up. It's basically a complete redo, but it's yours if you want it. So that's kind of what he's considering for next. And then he's even got some other adventure stuff that he was talking about. So good interview with him. Nice meeting him. I went to the YouTube tent and caught up with James from Sailing Zingaro. He's got a book out, which is kind of like an education book through storytelling. So that's a great interview. So that'll be pretty much this episode. And we're going to start off. Nora and I sat down at the podcast booth and did like a pregame. It was nice for the show. They put together this podcast booth again, and they actually did like a whole lounge this year where they were on a float. They had chairs, couches, water bottle filling station, like places you could plug in, and then they had these booths that you could do videos. They had like lighting and tripods and stuff there set up ready to go. So that was pretty cool. So kudos to Ryan from the boat show for setting all that up. And then, so that was Thursday, and we ended up hanging out at the Melanie Sunshine Neal Sunshine Brokerage booth, which is kind of over in the corner where the YouTube tent was, the Total Boat people were, the seminar tent was, Cruisers Academy, Brady and Blue were there next to 59 North, and then Lats and Ats was around the corner. And so that was like the hub of the whole spot. And Melanie was handing out rum drinks at the end of every day for a happy hour. And she's a friend of ours now because she's engaged to Matt Gale, who used to belong to Hances Point and is part of the Upper Chesapeake sailing group and won the best of show at the Commodores Boat Show on his Island Packet 44, which he's now based in St. Augustine and has successfully made his way back there. But anyway, so we were all there and we met up with a bunch of Hances Point people there. Went out for karaoke that night at Stan and Joe's, watched the Phillies and Eagles lose, which was miserable. But we talked to a couple guys there from Florida bow thrusters, so we caught up with them later in the show. We did some seminars that day. The Allegiant Sailing Group, who did an all-women's crew, all-female crew in the Annapolis to Newport race. They were all there. They did a seminar that was hosted by Captain Boomies. I think everyone was there except Jane Durden. She wasn't there. But that was super interesting. And then basically, I'll just run down the list because I could spend all day trying to explain what we did. Like Friday, I interviewed Heather from Genix on the Go, and I was able to catch up with Ben Solomon, who is another member of the Upper Chesapeake group, and I wanted to do an interview with him, and I knew he was going to be at the boat show, so we hooked up with him. I think we talked to Ed a little bit right before that. And then Friday night, I think there was a seminar. Ronnie Simpson from U.S. Patriot Sailing was there talking about his Global Solo Challenge. So we watched that, kind of mingled with some people there at the YouTube tent right there. And then we went to Davis's for the How Not to Sail Patreon meetup with Bradford Rogers. We swapped some t-shirts, talked to some of their fans, I guess, and then caught up with a couple of our friends in the Upper Chesapeake group. And then as a group, there was like six of us. I think we walked over to the 59 North Ocean Research Project party at J World. It was a fundraiser, and that's where some of the Hances Point people showed up after dinner, and then they had a fire going. They had food. They had a big old wooden dinghy full of beers. And Matt was showing off his boat at the end of the dock, so we got to do that. Had a really fun time. We were there, I think, till 11:30 or midnight. Not quite as crazy as last year, but, had a good time. Got up Saturday morning, went back to the show, and I actually was able to catch up in the morning there, kind of prearranged with Andy Miller from Boatworks Today, who I've been watching forever. So I was really glad to catch up with him. And right there at the same time, Mads from Sail Life was there. I've been chasing him around the show with a microphone for like 3 years, trying to get him on the pod. So I cornered him, talked to him. And then there's a guy there who has a sailing channel called Sailing Bliss. And I can't even remember the guy's name. I'll have to listen to that to the interview. But he was there, and I was kind of talking to him in between. And they were all kind of hanging around the Total Boat booth. And so I was able to talk to him. And then I had like I said, I met with Heather from Genix on the Go, did a podcast with her at the booth. And then at the end of the day, again, we're hanging around doing the happy hour thing. And I look over at the Latitudes and Attitudes booth, and Captain Glenn Shepard from Below Deck and, friends with Colin from Parlay Revival. He was there last year. He was just kind of standing there talking to one person. So I walked over and said, "Do you mind if we do a couple-minute interview?" And he said, no problem. So we got him, which was very cool. And we ended up catching up with the guys from Florida Bow Thrusters that we hung out at the bar with on Thursday. We did that on Saturday. I got to hang out with Deborah. I think her last name is Hammett. She wrote a book called Young Salt at 60. And I'd seen her post something before the show, so I knew she was going to be there. So I kept my eye open and was able to catch up with her. She wrote a book, sold everything, and went cruising, so wrote about it. So that's pretty cool. checked out the Sailrite booth, which is pretty cool because they have the IP, I guess, for good old boats secured, and they're going to start releasing, I guess, all the back issues and then try and drive some new content through that intellectual property, I guess, so to speak. I got an interview with Melanie Sunshine Neal when we were hanging around the one day, so that was kind of cool. On Saturday evening, we were supposed to go to the Eastport Yacht Club party, and we started pre-gaming again, or happy houring. Latitudes and Attitudes was having a big party. We were drinking rum drinks and got our painkillers, but they were doing a screening of Women and the Wind, which is a girl named Kiana, who's been around on social media for a while, put this documentary together. And it was her and two people she crewed with, two women. They got on her Warham trimaran. That's like a wooden, kind of funky looking trimaran for an Atlantic crossing. And they talk about, the whole struggles and everything. And she was there. They were doing kind of a Q&A, and it was really fun. It was a really good movie. You should check it out. They've been doing screenings of this thing like all over the world in different places and boat shows and things. I don't know that you can find it necessarily out there on the interwebs. Maybe you can. I haven't done a search, but I know they're doing these screenings, like pop-up screenings all over the place, and there's a whole kind of tour schedule for that. So you can check that out. They did, like I said, a Q&A afterwards. So that was pretty cool. But the thing that happened was, since we were drinking before that and then spent 2 hours watching this movie and doing a Q&A, by the time it was over at like 8:30, I mean, I'm just spent. Like, I can hear them raging over by the Latitudes and Attitudes booth, and I'm just like, I want a ham sandwich and a Coke, and I want to go to bed. You know what I mean? So we kind of literally just went to a Wawa, got dinner, takeout, went back to the place. Of course, got there, a couple people, they were burned out as well, so we're just kind of chilling for like an hour before it was just literally 11 o'clock at night. It was bedtime. And then Sunday morning, I got up early, went to the show early, specifically to catch up with Peter Gibbons Neff and Ronnie Simpson. They both sail for U.S. Patriot Sailing. We've had them both on, and previously Peter Gibbons Neff did the mini Transat a couple years ago on his boat Terminal Leave, which he had there at the show. And then Ronnie did the Global Solo Challenge. He had an open 50 called Sparrow that he did the race in. This was a couple years ago. And he was chasing Cole Brower. So she won ultimately. And he was like just a couple boats behind her, but he got dismasted off the coast of South America and had to get rescued, abandoned the boat. And it was a whole big thing. So he did a seminar about that on Friday afternoon we caught, and he was telling about like the emotional toll that it took and trying to get back up on the horse and get a new campaign going. So that's what he's doing now. He's got an open fit class 40 that he's got that is all getting ready to be set up. He's got to do the qualifying yet, and then he'll be in the next iteration of the Global Solo Challenge, I guess, in 2027 maybe. You'll have to check that out. But I was able to catch up with both of them Sunday morning on the dock, which was cool because they're always mobbed with people over there, which is good. A lot of people are learning about U.S. Patriot Sailing. So I got to talk to both of them, so hear them. And then on the way out, I stopped over by the YouTube tent again. And I had been talking to the night before, I think while we were waiting for the screening to start, there's a guy at the Total Boat tent. I can't remember his name. Maybe it was Keith, something like that. But we were talking, and he's like, "Hey, have you met Ryan? He's over with Cruisers Academy. He had a lot of interesting work experience with rigging, like going up these huge wind turbines, like hanging off these things, doing like fiberglass repair, like just crazy stuff." And, I've done a little bit of rigging stuff at work in the past, and I just went up my mast for the first time this year. So I was like, I got to talk to this guy. Like, how do you even do that kind of work? I can't even imagine being hanging on the end of a turbine or something crazy doing fiberglass work. But anyway, he's part of Cruisers Academy. And so Brady and Blue were there, but I was talking to Ryan, so you can hear that. That's a pretty good interview. And that was the end. By the middle of, say, noon, 1 o'clock on Sunday, I was like, all right, I got to go back, get out of the place, and head back home. And so, yeah, it was a great show. I took Monday off because I was emotionally spent. And it's been how many weeks now that I've been sitting on these interviews? I've been trying to do this intro like 500 times. And I keep goofing it up and thinking of new things and trying to get it all put together. But definitely, like I said, about 4 episodes worth. I don't know if I'm going to stagger them or maybe put out like a bonus episode so I'm not still doing this in like March. But we'll see. Thank everybody who came on the podcast. I'll try and make sure the show notes are set up with timestamps and links to everybody. And it's just a lot of work. But I thank you for being here. Definitely. I hope your off season is good. I'll do like short intros on the next couple episodes just so you know who we're talking to during that episode. I'm not really sure how I'm going to break this up yet, but I'm sure I'll get around to doing it soon. And if you're interested, I did get a couple new patrons. I do have t-shirts. I do have stickers. So if you're interested, go to patreon.com/Jeffrey Wedig. Again, you can find our socials on our website, theescapepods.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Comment, like, share, the whole 9 yards. You can email me at theescapepods@gmail.com. And thank you to everybody who's commented. I actually got a couple comments about the last one we did with Eric Brown and the air conditioning systems. So that was pretty cool. Again, lots of cool things happening during these episodes. So I hope you enjoy them, like them, share them, tell your friends. Plan on going back to the boat show next year. You know what I'm saying? All right, everybody sail on, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Well, I recall, pal of mine, when I was 45, a bedraggled creature lucky just to count myself alive. Solid and disheveled and my pockets torn asunder. I sank beneath the street lamps for the wall of chilling chunder. Here's to long goodbyes, boys, and here's to one another. Dearer to the heart and never nearer as the gutter. So grab your ass and oyster glass, and how the hell you been? To the wild winds of misfortune blow us back to town again. Hey!
There's a power button. All right, so here we are. We're at the 2025 edition of the Annapolis Sailboat Show. We're hanging out in the podcast booth, which is a little creaky, but gives ambiance.
The booth isn't creaky. It's the floating dock.
Exactly.
That is creaky.
Not creepy, creaky.
Did I say creepy?
No, I almost said creepy.
Oh. I thought I said creepy.
No. So we've been here. We came in this morning. We got to town last night.
Yep.
Had a nice dinner at
Lunis's
Steakhouse, which was exceptional.
Yes.
I would highly recommend for our anniversary dinner. And then we hung out at the place, and we got here for the press breakfast a little early today because I didn't read the email.
Shocked. How many years in a row?
Right.
What
We've been
does the
struggling
email
to get
say?
here. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we were early last year too.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway,
setting up.
we showed up at 8. Wasn't starting till 8:30.
Yeah. Better to be early.
Yeah.
To be early is to be on time.
Exactly. So we had a nice presentation here. They got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to try and do some seminars later today. Definitely tomorrow. We got a booking here tomorrow to do a YouTuber with Gen X on the go. We just did a impromptu podcast in the bacon sales booth with Tom Hudson.
Yep, of What in the World Tom.
Tom, yep. And you got your hair did.
I did.
You helped Kate and company with the
Windward
Dryland
Sea State Gel from the Dryland Salon
Yep.
in Baltimore.
Yep.
My hair is exceptionally curly. It looks very fantastic.
Yeah, because usually it gets frizzy and fluffy after a couple hours,
Yes.
right? You just kind of end up pulling it back. But it looks like the curls are holding.
Yes.
So did she tell you what the secret is?
She did.
Yeah? Do you want to share the secret?
Yes. So first of all, curly hair needs moisture.
Yeah.
Apparently there's like spots in your hair follicle that need to be basically spackled so you can build the foundation.
Okay.
So when your hair is very wet in the shower, like when you're done showering, then you put the sea state gel in, and apparently, even though I was using it before, I was not using the appropriate amount.
Okay.
And then you use the fine-tooth comb to comb it through.
Right.
And then Lene said to get the best results, you want to diffuse it.
Okay.
So that means your hair dryer, you put the big round
Thing.
part so that
It gets in
the air comes, instead of like full force, it kind
Yeah.
of like,
Right.
and then you just kind of scrunch.
Yeah. There you
But
go.
she said she did mine fully dry.
Yeah.
But she said you could do it for like 5 minutes and then let it go, so you get most of the moisture out.
Out. Okay.
But the sea state gel locks that moisture in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So now I know how to do it.
Now you know how to do it.
Yeah.
And you got a new hair cutterist.
And I'm going to have a new hair cutterist.
Sweet. So yeah, what do you think so far of the show? It's a pretty nice day.
I've had a good day. I got a coat.
Yeah.
Got some waterproof bags,
Eggs.
a backpack, and
Yeah.
a tote bag.
And some coffee at Starbucks.
I got some coffee at Starbucks. Might need more of that later.
Yeah, we went to the Heli store, and then we went to the Musto store.
Yes, Musto
And-
coat.
Musto coat is what you found.
Yep.
And then we were just at the Gill outlet. Got ourselves, I got a jacket.
Yeah, like a
and
fleece.
Fleece type thing, and a dry bag. You got the same dry bag, like a backpack.
Yep.
And then you got another dry bag, because you can't have
Yes.
enough dry bags.
I mean, the backpack's great for when we're cruising.
Yeah.
Because I just thought about it, like,
Yeah.
with the dinghy.
Yeah.
And then
It's the backpack, so it's out of your way. You can put stuff in it. You're not hauling it around and dropping it in
Exactly.
the bottom of the dink. You can wear it
yes.
and like around town and whatnot. So,
Yes.
Like I have a backpack I keep my computer and stuff in, but it's just a Swiss bag. It's not waterproof or anything. But
I too also have a Lululemon backpack,
it's-
which before you say anything, I bought it at one of our school bookstores at a discount. So
There
I
you
did
go.
not pay full price for a Lululemon backpack.
because I'm big on the outlets. But it's not waterproof. So
It is not. But I didn't really have a backpack. And sometimes
yeah.
when I travel for work, the backpack is better than hauling my
Oh yeah.
tote bag around.
Well, I've had the same Swiss bag for 15 years.
We've had it as long as we've been together.
Yeah, more than that.
It's actually starting to show.
Yeah, a little bit. It's starting to fade out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some good deals to be had if you're walking around the boat show. Keep that in mind for any time you visit. But yeah, we got, like I said, seminars today. I think we're doing a Funny Boat podcast over with Kate here in a few minutes.
Yep.
She's doing Allegiant Sailing panel. I guess they have a separate panel. I thought they were doing it at the hotel banquet rooms like they used to, but I think they're doing it at a tent. Like over by the
there's
YouTube
a seminar.
tent.
There's a seminar tent.
Yeah. But we got to go over there. She's doing a thing. They had Allegiant was an all-women sailing team. Did
Yep.
the Annapolis to Newport race. We have another one after that. I think it's Mads from Sail Life, if I'm not mistaken. And then I don't know what we're going to get into tonight. We didn't.
There's not any things tonight.
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
We'll probably just hang around town and
Yeah.
see what's going on. And then tomorrow, like I said, we got a scheduled here at the podcast booth. And then after that, we've got some seminars that I want to go to. And then we're, of course, triple booked for the late afternoon because there's a panel that I want to see. And then we're supposed to meet up with Bradford and company for the How Not to Sail podcast Patreon meetup at Davis's. And then we're supposed to also go to the 59 North Ocean Research Project event.
Yes.
All within like the same hour.
And then we have friends on the way on their boat. So the Bostwicks are on their way.
Yes.
And then our other friends, Chip and Jesse, the Charleses.
They tucked tucked tail and turned and went
They
back.
were on their way, but they turned around because
Right.
we have a nor'easter.
Coming for Sunday.
We'll call it a Nora East.
A Nora Easter.
Easter.
There you go.
My vengeance is coming.
yeah. So, yeah, they were on the way down, and they decided to turn around and go back, which is probably the smart play, because that's kind of what happened to us last year.
Yeah.
I was planning on coming down by boat last year, and then the forecast just turned crap for the return ride home, and I was just like, I'm not fighting 20, 25, 30 knot winds coming from the northeast
No.
from Annapolis by boat. It's just ridiculous. So, I know that wasn't even a nor'easter. That was just wind.
It was just a storm.
Yeah. Nor'easter's got all kinds of wind and all kinds of rain and all kinds of ugliness.
Yeah.
And we might even get flooded out here with the tides. We don't know. But we're still planning on being here a little bit Sunday. We'll see how the weather turns out. But lots of
Yes.
cool vendors I still want to...
As of right now, it is supposed to rain on Sunday.
Right. Lots of cool vendors I still want to get to. Lots of people I want to try and interview. But we figured we'd do this. I've got 2 in the bag already. And like I said, we're going to do a funny boat podcast, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Peace. Video or audio? Audio only.
Are we
All right.
live? Is this live?
Well, it's not going out live. It'll be out on a podcast.
Okay,
later.
okay,
But,
excellent.
Which podcast are you?
Shooting the Breeze Sailing Podcast.
Shooting the Breeze.
Shooting the breeze.
Now I have now I have something else I have to listen to.
I got this will be pushing episode 200.
Are you
So
Jeff?
I'm Jeff. Yeah.
Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Dave.
Jeff, nice to meet you, Dave.
Tristan.
Tristan. There you go with the T.
With the T.
T. There you go. Awesome. I'm standing here at the Blue Water Sailing School booth here at the
Correct.
Annapolis Sailboat Show, and I'm talking to Tristan and Dave. And tell me about where you are and what you do and how you're involved.
We do live aboard cruising courses.
Okay.
We cover the American Sailing Program, and usually we combine 3 or 4 levels of the ASA course in one week-long live aboard cruising course.
Oh, really?
For example, we do basic sailing, basic cruising, and bareboat charter in a 1-week live aboard cruising course.
Oh, wow.
We do them on both monohulls and catamarans.
Okay.
And we operate out of Fort Lauderdale, the Virgin Islands, St.
Oh, wow.
Martin, and sometimes Newport, Rhode Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. What kind of boat? You said catamaran and monohull. Like what sizes are we talking?
We're looking in the 40 to 50 foot range.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it just like if a couple wants to just do it themselves, they can do it just with you, or are you with a kind of a group of more people, or how's that work?
We would do both. We
Okay.
generally put together groups of no more than 4 people.
Okay.
So usually 3 to 4.
Uh-huh.
If a couple wants to do a course by themselves, of course they can do a private school.
Yeah.
Or families. We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do we can do up to 6 if
Okay.
it's a family.
So if you got
or
like a couple
group.
kids or whatever, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, great. And so what kind of skill, like you said, basically from scratch, like
Everything to sail a boat in coastal waters in moderate conditions.
Okay.
So everything from parts of the boat.
Uh-huh.
We start with this is the bow, this is the stern, port
Okay.
and starboard.
right.
Parts of the sail,
Right.
lights and shapes, rules and regulations.
Right.
Sail trim, handling the boat under sail and power, meteorology,
Right.
radios, boat systems, docking, anchoring.
Yeah.
Probably some other things I don't remember.
So it's out on the water, so I guess it's almost like a charter. You're getting people out there, you're serving them dinner and food, and like basically bring yourself. What do you got to bring with you?
It's a shared experience. So
Okay.
we don't provide cooks or anything.
Okay.
Our captains will usually kind of direct things,
I got
but
you.
we'll set a duty roster.
Yeah.
So all the students will have a chance to
Right.
participate in the domestic duties.
Okay. So at the end of the week, what are you qualified then to do?
We try to get them to a point where they can sail a boat in coastal waters up
Okay.
to 50 feet.
Uh-huh.
That's what the standard says.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
recommend they don't start. They recommend starting something smaller.
Right.
So our monohulls are in the 43, 45 foot range.
Okay.
Catamarans are in the 37 to 44 foot range.
Okay.
So usually something in that range.
And this is ASA based?
ASA. Yep.
ASA based. Okay, great. And I don't know personally Lisa and Andy Batcher, but I
Okay.
follow them on Facebook on Kinetic
Okay.
Sailing.
Yeah.
And she came from Lancaster, which is where I grew up,
Lancaster where?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I know her. But I see this book here.
Yeah,
Um,
they're very involved with
So-
parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Going Ashore Made Easy, Essential Dinghy and Outboard Manual, which I've never actually seen that. Everybody focuses on the big boats.
Right.
Nobody ever really talks about
Yeah,
dinghying and
it was until recently just sort of a something we would do in our bareboat charter course, and
Okay.
now it's a whole
thing?
separate
Yeah.
endorsement.
Wow. Yeah,
It's not a whole course.
Yeah.
Because there's not that much
to
but,
it. Yeah,
but it is more than just like a half an hour.
Well, I've seen people get on a
Yeah.
boat and go, well, what's the small boat for? And they
Yeah.
don't even know.
Exactly.
So what's your role in this whole thing, Tristan? You're standing here.
Oh, I'm helping out. This is my old man.
That's
here.
your old man? All right.
This is my
there
old
you go.
man. I'm helping him out.
He's got you roped into the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, well, there could be another
Yeah.
40 years
40
of
years.
Blue Water Sailing School. Who knows?
Yeah, right. How'd you get started? I mean, you just got drug along and got into it?
Yeah, well, we started going out sailing more,
Uh-huh.
when I was in high school and college.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, wow, I really don't know
Yeah.
how to do this at all.
Yeah.
I would love to probably learn more
Figure out
about
how
that.
to do
Yeah.
it, yeah.
And then as I do that, I get more involved in this, and it's been a lot of fun.
What kind
Very
of boats
rewarding.
would you prefer? Catamaran?
Monohulls. Come on. I'm a monohull man myself.
Yeah.
Catamarans for me.
For you?
But
Yeah.
I like them both,
Yeah.
but I like catamarans.
Catamaran's got the ease of getting a little bit older and a little bit harder to handle monohulls.
Yeah, see, I'm still a spring chicken, so
exactly.
monohulls to me, they just seem more adventurous,
Just- Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well,
And more affordable.
more affordable.
Yeah,
that's the whole
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
The
That as
catamarans
well.
you get up there. So what kind? Do you have your own boat now, or did you? Boats
I do
that you-
not. I do
boats
not.
that you grew up sailing on. What were the? any
Yeah, well,
examples?
basically just the ones that we could with the school. Basically,
Yeah.
when there was an off week or something, we'd go
Yeah.
out down to the Virgin
Is there
Islands
any
or
kind
something.
of boat brand, model, or size that you're favorite?
I mean, I'm most comfortable on a Beneteau 45,
Okay.
just because that's the
Yeah.
boat that I've been on the most.
Most? Okay.
Yeah.
But what's your
Great.
favorite boat?
My favorite boat is a Cape Dory, though.
Cape
Dory
Dory?
32. I don't know. Something about it is just, it's beautiful. It's got, the port lights are.
Yeah. Well, my friend
know.
Thad, who I just interviewed over the summer, is a Cape Dory 36 owner.
Oh,
And
okay.
He sets up the Cape Dory Chesapeake Bay meetup at St. Michael's in the spring.
Okay.
And he just bought a company that the guy that passed away that owned it, making bronze fittings for all the old boats, including the Cape
Oh,
Dories.
wow.
So through Anchors and Oars over at Graysonville, they started Tuckahoe brass fittings. So he's a big Cape Dory guy.
Okay, awesome.
Huge. So
I'll have
if
to
you
check
follow
that
him, join the Upper Chesapeake-based Facebook sailing group. He's part
Awesome.
of that.
Yeah.
But he's a big Cape Dory fan. We have a couple Cape Dory smaller ones. We have a 28 and a 30, I believe, at our yacht club.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Excellent.
the Cape Dory 28, this is an interesting story. It was parked behind my boat like 10 years ago. And I'm like, what's the deal with this boat? It just sits here. Literally, it was brand new out of the 70s. They sailed it for one season, put it on the hard, and it sat there for 30 years.
Wow.
Never touched. Somebody
Yeah.
bought it, and like the inside, remarkably enough, was pristine. It was just never got opened up. So it had air moving for it, and it didn't get rusty or musty or anything like that. Yeah. But it was just all the wood was original. They had to redo it, and it came out perfect. So. I'm definitely a Cape Dory fan
Yeah.
as far as looking at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I've never sailed one, so I wouldn't know, really.
Yeah.
But-
There you go.
They are pretty.
They are
If you
pretty.
ever make it to Rock Hall, Thad's
Okay.
always in Rock Hall. So,
Awesome.
like I said, he does a meetup every year in like May over at St. Michael's, and he's got people coming in
Yeah.
from New England to do talks, and he keeps bugging me. He's like, "Well, you got to talk to this guy, and you got to talk to this guy." Anyway, so how do we get a hold of the Blue Water Sailing School?
Easiest way is to go onto our website, which
Okay.
is www.bwss.com.
Okay, great. You have
And
a
there's
phone
all
number
the
there, too?
all the contact information is there,
Yeah.
and email or give us a call, and we'll get you
Five-time
set up.
ASA Sailing School of the Year.
We are.
There you go.
That's the
Great.
truth.
Yeah. Do you have you said Fort Lauderdale? Is that like your home base, and then you
We're
kind of
based
go
in
wherever?
Fort Lauderdale. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll catch
Thank
you on
you.
the flip side. Yep.
Thank you.
We live, baby.
We're live, baby.
Day
I'm here
one,
with,
Thursday.
Stevie Reeves. We're at the Bacon Sales Tent,
Yes,
selling
sir.
tea tree
Oils,
oils,
gels.
and all your favorite spa type
You can
things.
put
for
it in
boat.
your hair. I'm not sure if it'd be good for your hair, but if you needed it, it'd
Well,
work.
Nora just got her hair done at the
Yeah. It's looking
the
good.
Windward Curl
Look-
Captain Boomy's
looking
booth.
nice.
Looking
Okay.
good. Yeah. Anyway, I can stop by to see Stevie here. What's new at Bacon Sales?
Man, it's the same thing that's been going on last year, the year
Yeah.
before that. The only cool
Everything-
thing is now we got my man Tom with
That's
us.
right. Yeah, right.
We're just chilling.
But you were talking about your podcast. How's your podcast doing? You've had
We're
some
good,
guests on
man.
the past
Yeah,
year.
I've had a couple guests in the past year, a couple famous people, a couple not famous people.
Right.
But we have a fun time. My last guy I was telling you, he was juggling blades about 3 feet long in front of me. I think one of them actually got stuck in the ceiling. But, same old thing, I'm not as cool as you yet, but we're trying. We're trying.
Where can they find your podcast?
Unfurled with Stevie Reeves.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's it. I had to think about that
Look
one.
it up. He's got a nice podcast studio.
we try,
it comes replete with rum.
I go up there to hide when my customers come after me. Look, where's Stevie at?
Yeah, all right. Where's Stevie at? I've found some very precious deals at Bacon over the past year.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been there and you're in the Annapolis area,
Come on by.
come on by, talk to Stevie. He's got all kinds of cool stuff.
You're either going to leave with some discounted stuff, some advice,
Yeah.
or we'll kick you out nonetheless.
Right. And are you still doing the schooner race stuff?
Well, every now and then. I don't know if I'm doing it this year.
Right.
Even though they're doing it timing-wise is good, they're doing it next week.
Yeah.
I just, with the 2-year-old,
Yeah. I hear you.
that is all my time and effort
Yeah,
right
it
there,
is.
buddy.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for letting us stop
Let
by.
me pass the mic.
We're gonna pass the mic over to Mr. Tom Hudson.
How's it
who I
going,
just
Jeff?
met. How you doing?
Not too bad.
You got a YouTube channel? Is that what it is?
I do. What in the world?
Okay.
What in the world _Tom.
How do you get into what you're doing? Because right now you're kind of into paddling
Yeah.
across Canada on a canoe.
Yeah.
But according to Stevie here, he was saying you were with Colin for a little while on Parlay Revival. Like,
Yeah.
how do you get into that?
Yeah, that was my first show actually. My first boat show here was with Colin and Parlay.
Okay.
But how do I get into that world?
The world, the lifestyle, the adventure of it, the whole thing.
For me, it was right place, right time, I think.
Okay.
My first channel I was on was Expedition Drenched.
Drenched? Okay.
Yeah,
They're here this year, right?
They are, yeah.
Cool.
Haven't seen him for a few years, and I bumped into him yesterday. That was good, actually.
That's awesome.
Nate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was right place, right time. I knew somebody who ended up on the boat, and as soon as he got there, he just spoke to Nate and said, "Hey, I know a guy, Tom, that this would really, he would really suit this world." Before that, my world was construction. I had a business in New Zealand, and then during COVID hit, and I said, "Enough of I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go out and live my life and experience everything life has to offer, So I jumped at that opportunity to jump on that boat, and never thought that I would end up with my own channel doing this all around the world. But at that moment, it was just that decision, just to I wanted
a couple weeks adventure. Type
exactly,
of thing.
yeah. Kind of 5 years later.
Even considered being on boats before or anything?
No.
No sailing experience like back in New Zealand?
I grew up in New Zealand, so I grew up in and around the water. But but like as a sailor, no. Fishing and motorboats and that, yeah. But then when I went onto that boat, I went full time.
Yeah.
So then I've been living on boats full time now for, I would say, 5 years.
5 years, Sweet.
So I kind of got a lot of experience very quickly.
Right.
Not only that, but I'm practical minded.
Yeah.
So I picked it up very quickly. And
Right.
And I'm an observer. I look back and I look at them. Well, why did he do that? And I say, okay. So next time I'm quite quick like that. So picked it up quick. Yeah.
So how do you transition then? Because you almost went full circle from, or the full gamut of sailing. Now you're paddling, and then you're even talking about other things you want to do. But
yeah. I mean, I suppose.
Backwards and reverse.
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to start out paddling and then go sailing.
Yeah.
Look, you sail the oceans. Now you're.
Yeah. I suppose it's a kind of a deep question, to be honest with you. I think it's more of just a desire to feel alive.
Okay.
And I think just like anything, I don't want sailing to become my life and then it becomes a chore.
Right.
I want to sail. I love sailing. It's my passion. But I think
not the only thing.
Yeah, I didn't want to pigeonhole myself to just sailing as well. I wanted to be more like an adventure channel.
Right.
And also my angle of my channel is that before canoeing, I'd never canoed in my life.
Okay,
I just bought a canoe and I just figured, hey, look, I'm going to learn as I go. I put it in the Rocky Mountains. And then I went down the whitewater, and I learned. Wow. I had to learn pretty quick. And so that's the angle of my channel, is stop searching for perfection, You don't need to be a professional to go out and do that thing that you really would love to do, you know.
Right.
And that's what I try to show.
Yeah.
Without saying, I don't actually say it on my channel. I try to show it by my actions.
Yeah. Right. Because you were talking about capsizing in the canoe after like 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
And learning things, maybe not the hard way, but the real way.
Yeah, the real way for sure. Yeah, I capsized on day 3. I lost everything. I lost $10,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah.
And really luckily for me, and I'm so thankful for it, that my viewers actually all pitched in.
Oh,
and
wow.
I managed to get that money back, and I bought the things again that I needed, and then carried on. Otherwise, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't have been able to continue, to be honest.
Right.
The IRS is listening. My taxes
On that note,
I don't know. Sorry, they're going around.
They're a little waterlogged. Yeah.
But I think capsizing was the best thing that I could have done. That on day 3 especially, that made me go, okay, take this more seriously, and don't ever let that happen again. You know, and it hasn't. I haven't even come close to it.
Right.
I've made more mistakes, and I've, like I said, I never canoed, so I get a lot of comments about everything I'm doing wrong.
Oh, of course. The
Which-
peanut gallery's like, hey, dude.
But people get quite passionate about the way I'm paddling. The certain strokes that I'm doing. Like, stop doing that and do this better. And you should know by now. And my angle is, learn by doing. I do my own style, and I've made it 4,000 kilometers now. And
well, and the great thing about comments, you get good and bad comments, but you read them all and you learn from all of them.
For sure.
Either, yes, okay, that sounds great, I'm going to try that and it works for me, or I tried it and I prefer this way.
But I think after paddling for about 3 months, those comments started getting less and less because I started getting better and better.
Exactly, right.
Or they got so frustrated and they just don't watch anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it was that one.
So, talk about your equipment. Like, what kind of canoe do you have? How big is it?
Yeah, I got a Novacraft Prospector 17, 17-foot canoe basically, made of tough stuff. So which is like a Kevlar composite.
Okay.
It weighs about 75 pound, and then I've got a spray skirt on the top, which probably weighs 10, 15, something like that. I got a couple of solar panels. I got 150 watts of solar that I put on the top, and just to keep all my batteries going, and being able to, having to film this adventure as well is in a canoe of this just a trip of this magnitude. There's a lot of logistics that go into that. Like when I portage, I have to portage 5 times. Every time is 5 times. Most people do it once or twice max. For me, 5 times there and back 5 times. So, one particular portage was 1 mile long, and that took me from 9 in the morning to 10 past 4 in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Just to move my gear 1 mile. That's because I'm filming. So the amount of gear that I do have is probably 3 times more than what most people
If you were just doing the trip without filming, you would have a whole lot less stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, on my channel, I try not to talk about that. I don't want to talk about the logistics of filming.
Too much.
I want to talk about the adventure. And, but there is a part of me deep down that's kind of like, God, I wish they understood. I hope they understand what I'm putting into this, because, God.
Did you ever watch Survivor Man? You know who I'm talking about?
No.
There's a TV show from and it's still going. Now I'm trying to remember the guy's name, and I can't. It's evading me at the moment. But it's a series called Survivor Man, and basically the whole thing, it was kind of like Bear Grylls, but they would drop him off like by plane or helicopter in the middle of wherever he was at. He had filming gear, but then he would have like a backpack with only specific things that maybe you would have if you were, so say you were mountain biking in the Himalayas or whatever.
Wow. Okay.
Like you would have a backpack with a little bit of water, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But then he had to make do for a whole week. And literally it was just him. He would set the camera up, and like you said, he would have to walk 100 yards that way, put the camera up, eyeball where he was going to go back, do his thing, and then go back and get the camera. And
honestly, I try not to do that because I think that takes away the authenticity.
Right.
And for me, it's about an authentic trip. So if ever I do need to get those shots, I actually put the drone up. And I fly the drone down there, and then I do my thing, and then bring the drone back to me rather than having to. I
because this all came out in like 2006, 2007, so it was before drones were even a thing. So you know what I mean. But I respected him because he was literally in the woods. Like he had to save himself for real, like 2 or 3 times, where he like found a cabin and had to hole up in it because he was stuck in the snow and had to make do. Anyway, so what else are you taking? Like, how do you do your food, your sustenance? Are you like right now? You're going across Canada. You're like halfway.
Yeah.
Are you fishing, or like how do you do all that?
Yeah, I am fishing. I'm fishing, but I also have a beer barrel full to the brim of dehydrated food, or freeze-dried food.
Any
And then
certain brand?
no.
No sponsorship.
No sponsorship.
Yeah.
I am trying really
Hard to get you some sponsorship.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It's my biggest expense after paying for all the the gear, of course.
Right.
After I've got all the gear, there's nothing else to spend money on except the food.
Yeah.
But yeah, dehydrated food, and I fish along the way. But I don't know. I could be eating more fish, but I've got I set little rules for myself. Like I don't keep fish before 2 p.m. Because I can't refrigerate anything. So I only keep my fish if I catch something after 2, and I try to follow the rules of Canada, the fishing rules, and they're so complicated. Each river is slightly different, and then you cross the border, and then they're different. And then a different license here to here.
Oh wow!
And sometimes it becomes a bit too much, I just think it's
right.
I've got a barrel full of food.
Okay.
So sometimes it's easier.
And you were talking about the welcoming nature of the residents that you. Because you're a lot of times in the middle of nowhere, but you'll come across. You were saying you came across a fisherman, and he's like, "Hey."
Yeah. I'm constantly bumping into just rural Canadians that are just going out of their way, just continuously. It's one after the other. And I'm not going up and asking for a thing. One time I did. One time I was like, "Please help me." It was after I capsized. But other than that time. I am just paddling, and people say, "What are you doing?" And I say, "I'm canoeing across Canada," and they just like, "Really? What do you need? What can I do? What can I give you? What if there's something that you need? What is it?
What is it? How can I help?
And sometimes I take them up on that, and sometimes I say, "No, I'm okay." But sometimes I would question it, like, what if I said pizza? They said, "Well, we'll go and get pizza." But we're in the middle of nowhere. We're an hour we were at that point. We're an hour and a half away from a town called Elk Point, and that's the only place you could get pizza. And I said, "But," he said, "We'd go get pizza." And then I said, "So what? We'd drive to Elk Point an hour and a half, and then have pizza, and then you'd drop me back again?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "But then he lives in Elk Point, so he'd have to drive back again." He goes, "Yeah." He said, "That's what we'll do." He said, "This is rural Canada." He's like, 4.5, 5 hours of driving is nothing. They want to do it. They want to help. They want, I've stayed in their house before I even know their name. They were offering me a place to stay and food and, most of the time I turn it down. Like I did a really big portage this year. I walked, with all my gear, I walked 23 miles.
Oh, wow.
And I had half a dozen people beforehand saying, "Don't do that. Just let me take you." And I have to keep saying no, because this is the adventure that I signed up for. I need to get across Canada. I can't just I can't take all the help and then I'm not the purpose,
well, you're pushing yourself, and you're you know what I mean. You're kind of checking your endurance level to some degree.
So I had to turn down all of that and then walk 23 miles with all my gear. It was just the right thing to do. So.
So where did you start, and where are you at now, and then where do you got to go from there?
I started in the Eastern Rocky Mountains at Saskatchewan River Crossing at a bridge. And then I was on the North Saskatchewan for basically 2 months till Lake Winnipeg. And then I paddled all down Lake Winnipeg, through Winnipeg River, through Lake of the Woods, Quetico Provincial Park, popped out in Thunder Bay, and then I just paddled around Lake Superior, the largest lake in the world. That was that took me just over a month. Hard. That was hard. Tough. That's like an ocean.
Right. Well, when did you start and when did you finish?
The whole trip.
So far. You know what I mean?
So I'm doing this over a couple of years. So obviously I can only do it during summer. Or spring, summer. This was season 2. And I've made it to Sault Ste. Marie. So basically the town directly in between Lake Superior and Lake Huron. And
then just put it in a storage unit?
Just a follower, actually. I was just paddling. I was on one of the last days of Superior, and I was paddling, and a guy, Mike, he just says, "Tom?"
Tom?
You know, and I look over, I was like,
What?
yeah. And he goes, what?
Dude.
And like, well, the first thing he said, he was like, are you staying at our place tonight?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, where are you? He goes, a few miles that way. I was like, yep. Yeah, I am.
Perfect. Nice.
Yeah,
And
so he's got all my gear at
got all
his
your
place.
gear and stuff. That's cool. And then when do you pick back up and go the rest of the way?
Yeah, I'll go back in May.
May
next year.
And then where's your final destination there?
Montreal.
Montreal?
Yeah, I mean, Montreal's the minimum.
Yeah.
That was the original goal.
Okay. So if you get there and you got a couple weeks left, you might go further?
Maybe, but I have a feeling that I'll get there and be like, that's it now. Yeah, the insects, the living outside, the outdoors, the isolation and the solitude is actually the hardest. It's the most beautiful and the hardest part of the whole trip is the isolation.
Yeah. What's your camping gear? Just like a little pop-up tent type of thing? Or?
Yeah, I've got a big Agnes, like a 2-manner. Yeah. I wouldn't want to get 2 people in there though. You'd have to really love each other.
Well, you got to get all your gear and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many days without a shower?
Yeah. But my tent, I couldn't bring anyone into my tent anyway. It's covered in blood. Because of all the insects.
Wow.
Yeah, like all the mosquitoes and black flies and everything that get in and just start eating me. And then they end up just on the roof of the tent and they just splattered everywhere. It's looks like a murder scene.
So you were just talking also about maybe another 2 projects you were talking about.
Yeah.
You want to talk about those a little bit, what you might get into?
Yeah. So I've been gifted a boat, Cooper 416 in 1980. A friend of mine sailed it over from the States over to Tonga 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And he arrived in Tonga and he's set.
Stayed.
Yeah, he says, this is where I'm staying. And so it's been sitting there for a while. It got ripped off its mooring ball a couple of years ago and ended up on a reef. And he pulled it off the reef and it's now on the hard. And it's a project now that's just too big for him. So he said, look, if you want it, it's yours. So it's basically
challenge
a start.
accepted.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a start again job. You know, it's basically needs everything. A new engine, new sails, new everything, rigging, standing rigging.
Right.
So I haven't actually seen the boat yet. I've seen pictures and a few videos. But I'm just assuming that everything needs to be replaced.
Start from scratch.
And that's why I'm here. I'm here talking to a few folks and talking to some sponsors about, is this a project that I should really take on? I'm really excited about it and I really want to, but obviously I can only do it if it's feasible.
Well, Stevie will throw in some used gear from Bacon, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's why I'm here. Bacon's
right here. There you go. And then we were talking about Mongolia a little bit. That's maybe like a farther down the road kind of maybe dream.
It is. Whenever I'm bored, I find myself researching more and more about it. Finding a route and things because I'm like I said before, I don't want to be pigeonholed to only sailing. I want to be more of an adventure channel and more like I want people to follow a personality. That's the kind of idea behind it.
Right.
So hopefully it doesn't really matter what I'm doing.
Right.
People might go, oh, okay, he's in Mongolia now, horse riding across Mongolia with by himself.
Right.
That's another plan that I've got lined up is that. It's a logistical nightmare though. Language being one thing and visas and things like that. But like I said, I'm mentally getting prepared for it now because this is how the canoe trip started. I never once said I'm going to canoe across Canada. I never said that. I walked across Spain in 2016 and at the end of that, I just thought I want to do more of that sort of experiences. And then I just heard that you could canoe across Canada from one side or the other, and I thought to myself, that'll be cool. And then it was the same thing. When I was bored, I would go, oh, if I was to do it, what route would I? And I ended up doing a route, you know, and then if I was 6 months later, if I did do it, what canoe would I get? Then I was like researching canoes, and I was like that one, and I did that so often that I was like, I got no excuse now.
Now you just got to do it.
I'm ready. More so mentally ready. You know? So, and that's why I'm just doing the same sort of thing with this.
It's a lifestyle at this point. It's you know what I mean. This is your life. You're experiencing it. You know, you don't have a home. You're a vagabond.
Yeah,
you know
it's true.
Doing
I don't have a home. That's always Hard question. I always get asked that from children.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, where's your home?
Home. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, that got
Wherever I lay my head, you know what I mean? Yeah. Wherever my head hits a pillow, that's where I'm home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So, YouTube channel, What in the World?
What in the World _Tom. But generally, if people search What in the World, it
comes right
comes
up.
up.
Yeah, like an Instagram and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Instagram's the same. What in the World _Tom.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, nice making your acquaintance.
Yeah,
and
likewise.
Good luck on your adventures, and we'll catch up with you somewhere down along the way.
I'm sure. I hope so.
All right. Thanks,
Cheers, Dad.
buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep. Perfect.
Beautiful.
All right. I'm here at the YouTube Cruisers Creating Content booth at James Evenson, otherwise known as
Sailing Zingaro.
Yeah.
What's
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
This is what happens in the boat show.
Yeah. People come up and say hi. Say hi.
You too, buddy. How you feeling? You good?
Who are you? Jen.
Yes.
And you have a Chad.
Family.
Family. Oh, there you go. Perfect. All right, we're just doing a little podcast, so we're going to tell everybody about his new book and
Let me get the book.
some of your adventures. You know what I mean? There you go.
Hard dude. Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Fucking guy.
Oh, man. Yeah. Nope, it's not mine. All right.
Okay, you want to start over?
Sure. All right, I'm here at the Cruisers Creating Content booth with James Evenson.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Evenson.
You have a, you're otherwise known as
Sailing Zingaro.
Yes, so I've watched a few of your videos,
Oh,
especially
sweet. Thanks.
the picking up of crew of that boat that was floundering.
It was dismasted.
Dismasted, yeah.
Yep.
So I watched that whole section of things.
Floundering is a better way to put it, because when you tear the mast of a boat, it really does flounder. And flip around. It wasn't comfortable for them.
Well, that was a pretty harrowing situation because they were really in the middle of nowhere, right? Like, what was the whole
Dude,
thing?
to be completely honest with you, all we did was divert course and pick up some people. What for me, it wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah.
But like the story is really cool because they were way far out. I mean, we were both sailing the wrong way across the Pacific, and we were about. I mean, it was like right in the middle. When stories go, we were right in the middle. This was right in the damn middle. We were 1,800 miles from Marquesas.
Yeah.
And then like 2,100 miles from Mexico and about 2,300 miles from Panama. So we were directly in the middle.
Right.
And they were dismasted, and the Coast Guard called my dad.
Oh, wow.
He's on my MMSI.
Yeah.
My dad called me. He's like, the Coast Guard's trying to get a hold of you.
Right.
You better call them.
Yeah.
And so I called them up, and they said, there's a vessel that is in trouble.
Right.
And we'd like you to go get them. And I'm like, hell yes, I'll go get them.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the only answer a sailor can make.
Yeah.
And, it was interesting.
How many was on there? It was like
I had 5 on my boat, and there was 3 on that boat. And I have a Oyster 485, so I have 3 cabins.
Yeah.
And I have 8 people now.
Yeah.
And like a whole bunch of crap. They had brought stuff to go to Patagonia with. So like everything but skis I had on the boat. Like, each one of them had like 5 bags, so it was just shit piled everywhere. A whole bunch of food all over the floor. It was great fun, actually. I mean, like, the camaraderie was really good. Everybody was happy.
Right.
It was cool. It was a definite experience.
Yeah. So you took them where? Where'd you end up?
We went to Panama. They rode with us all the way to Panama. So we were 12 days out. And we spent another 18 days. So I guess by that math, we were only like 40% done with the trip.
Yeah.
But we spent 18 days together offshore.
Now, did you follow up with them at all after the fact?
Yeah, we talk every once in a while.
Yeah. What happened to their boat? Did it ever get found?
It actually, somebody put a picture of that boat, like, totally messed up with the arch ripped off. And we left it floating because actually, this is kind of a source of contention with me.
Yeah.
Had I done that over again, I would have scuttled that fucking boat. I'm sorry, can I curse on this?
Oh, yeah. Have at it.
I would have scuttled it.
Yeah.
Because they gave the Coast Guard... The owner of the boat asked me to ask the Coast Guard if I could keep it floating. And the Coast Guard was like, we don't really like to do that. I said, he assured me he wants to keep the boat. He's going to come get it. It's worth a lot of money.
Right.
And they're like, fine, just spray paint rescued on the outside. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then, try to leave a battery and a solar panel and the AIS antenna so other people don't hit it. Well, it rolled in a storm and ripped the AIS and the whole arch off of it. So now it's just this like piece of debris floating.
Right. It's a
nobody
container.
went and got it, as I was promised. And and I don't want a hazard to navigation. Like, you know, what if a sailor hit that and sank? I would feel horrible. So if you ever do, or if you're ever in that position, anybody listening, scuttle the boat. Especially if it's 1,800 miles offshore. There's just no getting it back.
Right. Yeah. What are you going to do? Are you going to drive out there in a fishing boat and go get it? You know?
Well, a lot of people ask me, like, the number one comment on that video was, why didn't you tow it? And that was just... If you've ever been offshore, you'll know that answer to that. Super dangerous. Like, even if it was 500 feet of line, which we probably had, but you know, it'd been everything we had. Plus, it's dangerous. Plus, it probably would break. Plus, it would probably chafe through. Plus, it would be hard on the boat. Plus, if the boats hit each other out to sea, now you have two disabled boats. It's just a horrible idea all the way around.
It's the life is the important part. Let the boat go. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's a toy.
It's
disposable income. It's supposed to be.
Well, and hopefully you've got it insured, and you know, you get another one.
And I think that was the
you live to fight another day.
The main take for me from that was, one, I'm no hero. Two, I would have scuttled the boat. And three, I mean, there has to be a three to round it out. It was a really amazing opportunity. And to like give to the Karma Bank.
Definitely. Oh yeah, you got room to spare in that one. Maybe someday somebody will return the favor. Hopefully, it never comes to that.
Not. That means my
exactly. Exactly.
Jesus, I hope they don't return that
favor.
Right. I don't want the master to rip off my boat. I just redid the standing rig. Thank you very much.
Right. So speaking of that, you just said what kind of boat it was. Where is it at, and where are you at
my
in your
boat?
in your
I have an Oyster 485 that's in Cartagena right now.
Okay.
On Monday, so that's in 4 days. We're flying back, and we're going to go to San Blas.
Okay.
For like the umpteenth time. I love San Blas. It's one of my favorite places in the world. If you don't know what it is, it's owned by the Guna Indians. They're the largest landowning Inuits in the world. They are integral to the Captain Morgan story.
Okay.
They're the Indians that led Captain Morgan across the isthmus of Panama before there was a canal. And then he attacked Portobello and got all the gold, and that's what made him famous. And that's why you know Captain Morgan. Is because of the Laguna Indians.
That's why every time you walk up on a thing, you got to stand like this.
Exactly. Then you got to put one leg up.
Exactly.
Well, that logo made it famous. But that was a real guy. And that's what he did. They actually took the boat apart, took all the steel parts and trudged them across the isthmus, like 50 or 60 miles, and then built another boat and used that boat to sack the city. And nobody saw them coming because all the Chileans that usually were the lookouts for them didn't see a boat coming.
Right.
It was brilliant. Probably wouldn't work today.
Well, you never know. So, in your cruising life, like, how did you get started? And when?
How did I get started? Cruising?
Sailing, cruising.
I was in the military, and my best friend in the military was a sailor. And always trying to get me to go sailing, and I didn't want to sail because I was a wakeboarder. I had a wakeboarding boat. And I'm like, it's too slow. It's boring. And then he died, actually, sailing around Hawaii. He got hit by a Guna storm. They're called Konas there. In different parts of the world, there are these, like, natural landmass wind vortices that happen, and in this case, in Hawaii, they're called Kona storms. In Mexico, they're called Tuanapek. In Panama, they're called culo de pollo or chicken ass storms. It's basically the same thing. It's like a confluence of hot and cold air that makes a small hurricane for about 40 minutes. Anywhere from like 20 minutes to an hour and a half. And these Kuna storms in Hawaii are brutal. Like, one boat goes on the beach every month there from these things. He got caught in one of those. It broke his rudder. He ended up in this huge surf. The swell happened to be really big that day. He was in the life raft, and he got rolled in the surf and never came up. They saw him firing off flares. He did everything right. He had the life raft. He had the flare gun. He had his shit in a Pelican case, and he ended up drowning. After he drowned, I bought a boat. I was like, what was Rob
So
shout
enthralled
out to Rob
about
Mudd and his family.
Right.
He was my inspiration.
Inspiration. Yeah.
And he was a great guy, but I fell in love right away. Like the first experience that I had on my boat was there was a storm that came through my marina, and all of the lines were really, really old.
Yeah.
And I came back to the boat afterwards to check it, and all the lines were new. And I was like, what happened?
I bet, yeah.
And one of my dock neighbors told me, oh, the German couple down at the end of the dock, they saw your boat was banging against the pier because it broke all the mooring lines. So they replaced your lines. And I'm like, oh, my God. Okay, so I took $50 out of my back pocket, and I said, I went to them, and I'm like, here you go, guys. And they're like, no. You must be new here.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Right.
And I'm like, but your lines, they're like, we have so much lines.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, man. Welcome to sailing.
Right.
And they were super cool, and it was just kind of like, wow, this community is so cool. That's not a lie. That's a true story.
Yeah. So the community blew your mind, is basically.
Yeah. I moved on the boat like 6 months later, and then that was 18 years ago. I'm just now, like, September of last year, so 1 year ago, almost today, I rented my first apartment in 18 years.
Oh, wow.
And just because we have a kid now.
I remember that in videos.
We have a 2-year-old now.
Yeah. So where are you living at now?
We're in Cartagena. We just moved out of our apartment, so we're moving back on the boat for like the next 6 months. Then I'm turning the book into a course.
Okay.
So I wrote the book as a course. Like I outlined it as a course. I had this idea like to share my offshore knowledge from the years I have sailing.
Yeah.
And it became this huge thing, and I was like, oh my God, this has to be a book because I have to have something to give to people, or maybe just to like get all the information into a cohesive form before I make the videos for it.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking in my mind, if I make a book and I do the audio book, I can use the audio as the course material. And then I can give people the book, and then it'll be like a big thing.
Package.
So however you learn. Whether it's visual or auditory or
reading.
With a book, like reading, kinesthetic maybe. That I would have something for everybody.
And
so that's why we're going back to Sandblas, is to make all of the videos for that. Yeah.
Awesome. So the book's called Be the Captain, a field manual. And it's quite a thick book. What do you got, 300, 400 years?
424 pages.
Signed about 4,000 copies.
I signed 4,000 of them. I just got finished with that. And it was at my mom's house. I brought her. I was like, Mom, I'm showing up. I'm bringing 7,500 pounds of books. And she says, where do we put them, James? And I'm like, can I put them in your living room? Because I don't want them to get wet, because she lives in Washington. And she's like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. I'm excited. So her house, I mean, I have video of it. I'll show you after the podcast. It's hilarious, dude. It's like it's like a factory in her house.
Wow.
I was using all my niece's friends. She's 17 as like book box folders and all my assembly line workers.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, you're gonna create videos for this course. What is one of the big takeaways you think that people are gonna come out of this with?
Well, this is an updated 2025 version of Beth Leonard's book. Really, was kind of what I was going for. Beth Leonard is the sailor that wrote the cruisers. What is it called? Hold on a second. Well, anyway, Beth Leonard wrote a very, very popular book that the name escapes me in 1998. And this one is like my voice. I tried to put stories to it. The Voyager's Handbook, that's what it's called. So it's like a compendium, like a big compendium of, this is what you need, this is what it's going to cost. But it doesn't include Starlink or Predict Wind or wind models or what cost now or any of the things that's changed sailing in the last 20 years. And man, it has changed. Even in the last 5 years with the wind modeling and Starlink and. So I've tried to put like all the updated information and like stories every time I've had a subject where I could. I've put a sea story in there. So like when I'm explaining, this is a drogue. This is the difference between a drogue and a sea anchor. This is my experience with sea anchors and how they failed me when I was offshore in Hawaii with a broken catamaran. Or I put a bunch of sea stories in there. So it's my voice, my teaching style. All the information I could cram into 400 pages.
So it's learning with like storytelling based learning, I guess is what it is.
I would say it's more like a reference book with stories sprinkled through
it. Okay.
To like reiterate the point. And when I couldn't use a story and it was important, I'd use a case study.
Okay.
Of like other people's experience.
Right.
And sometimes both.
Yeah. So this season coming up, what season is it in Cartagena right now?
There's no season in Cartagena.
It's all
always
the same.
hot. Yeah, it's 8 degrees off the equator. So they only have wet and dry.
Dry. Okay.
So it's wet season right now until May, and then it turns into dry season.
Dry season.
And wet season is where they get all the Culo de Pollo storms.
Yeah.
So it's brutal out there. Lots of lightning. Lots of like very intense storms.
Yeah.
It'll be beautiful night, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning it'll be blowing 40 knots, and your anchor better be set.
Yeah.
You better have a spare too, just in case you start dragging.
Exactly.
And of course it'll be coming from the direction you don't want it to come from, where the rocks are right behind you.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's kind of a crazy place to cruise, but it's fun.
I've seen a couple people go through that way, and yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
So the San Blas, I hear a lot about that.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to there?
Honestly, it sounds cliche, but the people. I really love the Guna Indians.
Okay.
When my girlfriend was pregnant, my baby was blessed by a Guna Indian medicine woman.
Yeah.
And we brought her back after she was like born.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And the girl instantly recogned us and just snatched the baby and ran with her.
Oh, wow.
And like showed all her friends. And she was gone for like an hour. And it was a new baby.
Yeah.
Mama Bear was like getting all crazy. And I'm no, she'll be fine.
Fine, don't worry about
out.
it. Yeah.
And that's how the Guna are. They're super loving and giving, and they're just a cool culture, man. They've never sold out. They're still living in straw huts and on dirt and hammocks, and they're just fishermen, and they're just awesome culture. Super cool people. You got to speak Spanish to really get close with them, because they don't speak really good English. English is their third language.
Yeah.
So
what's their second?
It's very rare for them to a couple of them do. The second is Spanish. The first is their Guna language.
Guna language. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the videos you're going to be putting out at the end of this year, beginning of next year type of thing, next summer?
I'm going to end up putting all of this content online for free. So if you don't want to pay whatever it's going to cost for the course, you can just go and I'm going to give it away.
Okay.
Because I think that's the best model for business now.
Yeah.
And the people that need it and the people that love it will pay me for it, and I will get, and I'll be able to spread the message better, and the people that can't afford it can get it. That's what I want. So I don't know if I'll be able to be putting out like one video a week. Probably not. It'll probably be like one a month.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. But it'll be all of the content from the course, and it'll be a little more rough, because I'm not going to. The people that are buying the course are buying that information. So I don't need to change the thing every 7 seconds and have a bunch of visual aids, and I can just focus on this is what you need to know. I'm gonna gap the valves in the engine right now. It is gonna be boring. Like, that's what you're here to learn.
Exactly.
So I can set the thing up, and I can use half an hour without changing the scene. And say this is what you need to look for. This is how you gap the valves in the engine. And this is how you find top dead center. And this is how you bleed the diesel. This is how you rebuild the head. This is how you climb the mast. It's gonna be all that kind of stuff. Just
nice.
Like. Kind of boring for YouTube, but the people that want the information, it's going to be really good for them.
Really good, yeah. And then what about actual just getting back to cruising videos?
I don't have any plans to go sailing offshore right now.
No?
I want to hang out with my baby.
Okay.
Yeah, when she turns... I tell people when she's old enough, when I chuck her in the water and she's okay, then I'll go cruising
again. There you go.
Yeah, because I want her to be able to fall off the boat and like live through it. Tread water for a half an hour.
Well, you might be cruising sooner than you think.
That's
you know
true.
What I mean?
She's a little monkey. She's a little monkey. I think so.
She'll be crawling out the end of the boom and diving in.
Dude,
and,
she's a monkey already. That's why I can't go cruising, because I know that she's in the middle of the night. She'll climb up the companionway. She was climbing the companionway at 1 year old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was scary.
That was crazy.
And I'm like, again, Mama Bear, I'm talking about my girl. She's like, no. I'm like, no, sit down. Let her do her thing. She needs to, babies bounce.
Yeah. Much more than you think, you know what I mean?
She'll be fine. Yeah.
Cool. So you got a stand set up a couple time slots here at the booth.
The way the Cruisers booth works is there's like 80 channels for 72 hours or 94 hours.
4 days.
96. So they just give us all like an hour or two a day, or however much, based on. Actually, it's based on audience size and like how much you're
Right.
You beg him for more time. And, yeah, and so I got a couple hours a day, and I'm hanging out here. I mean, I come here every year.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever want to meet me or say hi, come over and say hi.
Come check it out.
Yeah.
Cool. You've been selling some books?
I've been giving away a lot of books. I sold a few.
Yeah.
Today's the first day. This is industry day, so
yeah.
I'm trying to give them to all my friends and all the YouTubers and all the industry people.
Yeah. Okay.
And magazines and stuff. I want to do like podcasts and interviews, and I have not put anything out about this book. So this is the crazy part. Listen to this. I am in the top 0.1% of all authors in the world right now.
Yeah.
It is that. This is a unicorn book.
Yeah.
I got the top sailing book. I've made $350,000 on the book in the last 5 months.
Wow.
I've sold 6,000 copies pre-sale.
Oh, wow.
And it's just information that people are really
Looking
needing
for.
and appreciating. So this book has been life-changing for me.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of a cool story. You know, I published it from my boat.
Right.
I'm fulfilling it myself. It's all self-published.
Right.
I don't have to sell my boat now to get the house that my girlfriend wants.
Yeah.
She wants off the boat.
Yeah.
You know, at least half the time.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm going to end up taking the boat. Long-term goal is take the boat to French Polynesia and have a house in Santa Marta, Colombia.
Okay.
And like kind of share and keep writing and keep sharing the knowledge. And
awesome.
This has been a springboard to some even greater things, I think.
Better things, yeah. So what's the best way to get a hold of you if somebody's interested?
You can go to bethecaptain.com, www.bethecaptain.com.
There you go.
Really easy. And I did that on purpose because my sailing channel is Sailing Zingaro.
Yeah.
You know what Zingaro means?
No.
Nobody does.
Exactly.
Do you know how to spell it?
I could probably get away with it.
Sound it out. It's with a Z.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's unmemorable, unreadable.
Yeah.
Which this one is super
Be
easy.
the captain.
Be the captain.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You know what it's about.
Yeah.
It's easy to remember. Easy to spell.
Yeah.
The domain name did cost me $5,000, which was like the most I've ever spent on a domain name. But because there's all those companies that own like 1 million domain names and shake people out when they want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. At least you got it. You know what I
got
mean?
it. Yeah.
At least it wasn't like $500,000.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually worried about that.
Yeah.
I was worried about like I should buy it now
Yeah,
before everybody starts searching for this.
Yeah.
But it's been really cool, man. And it's what's really crazy, the thing that changed the most for me was the demographic that I have for YouTube now.
Yeah.
By changing to an education channel and writing a book,
Right.
I no longer have haters. Everybody, I mean, if you look at my threads for comments, it's all like, James, I love you. James, thank you. James,
wow.
we were waiting for this forever. You've changed the way I sail.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's like I just feel the love, dude. So thank you for anybody that's bought or read or wants to buy the book.
Yeah.
You've changed my life. I really appreciate it. I'll keep sharing my knowledge with you guys.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting us chat about your book and all the life-changing stuff, man.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
This
to
one's
meet
yours.
you. Oh, I have one. I bought
that's
one.
cool.
Yeah, and you signed that one.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
It's been a blur here, man.
I know. It's crazy. And just for me walking around, it's like, okay, you know what I mean?
Sick.
But it's a great time always in Annapolis. So
Yeah,
I
I love
probably
it
met
here.
you last year, but
Yeah.
it was probably just like a flyby. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing.
I can't even keep anybody straight, man. I have like a blur after this.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, all right.
My girlfriend just asked me that. She's like, "How's the boat show?" I'm like, "I don't know."
I have no idea. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm making inroads.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, and
Yeah.
we'll catch you on the flip side.
Cool, man.
Perfect. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Shooting the Breeze Sailing Podcast brought to you by theescapepods.com. I really hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, make sure you leave a review, like and share, and tell all of your sailing friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or your favorite podcast aggregator. If you would like to support the show, you can become a patron over at www.patreon.com/Jeffrey Wedig. If you pledge $2 a show or more, I'll be sure to send you a great Sail On t-shirt. For show notes, links, photos, social media, and more, head over to our website, www.theescapepods.com. While there, stop by our links and affiliates page for links to our friends and other great sailing media that we enjoy. You can also purchase sailing vocabulary lessons from Franz from over at the Sailing in the Mediterranean and Beyond podcast. The intro music is a song called Never Tell, done by yours truly, an old friend of mine, Greg Young. He was the drummer in an early 90s hardcore band I managed called The Incoherents. You can find them on iTunes, Amazon, and other music sharing sites. If you would like a copy of that song, you will have to email me. Break music is a song called Wild Winds of Misfortune, written by Leo DeSanto of the Lancaster, PA-based band Vinegar Creek Constituency, and is used by permission. The song is performed by Lancaster, PA-based Celtic rock band and friends of mine, the Ogham Stones. The music for this call to action is a live cover of The Wild Rover as performed by the Ogham Stones at McCleary's Pub in Marietta, Pennsylvania back in 2014. If you have questions or comments, or you have show ideas, make sure to write us at theescapepods@gmail.com. Sail on, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Molly Winans from Spin Sheet Magazine, and you are listening to Shootin' the Breeze from theescapepods.com.
This is Captain Jeffrey Wettig.
And Jeffrey's better half, Nora Wettig.
And Chris Smoker.
You're listening to the Shooting the Breeze podcast on theescapepods.com. Sail on, brother.
Hey,